Shalom. All praises to the almighty powerful strength of the 12 tribes of Israel and the Son of the Most High if you're watching this. I did a video a while ago called IUIC Logo Exposed, in which the video was a beginning of a series of videos that I had did. But after I went back and watched the videos, I realized that it was too in depth in a certain area in which very little is even known about. It seemed to be too confusing for me to explain dark sayings and deep speech about a specific nation that nobody even knows about. So I did some more studying, some more research, and more memorizing of the precepts. So I would like to go into the beginning and the basics that would help to understand exactly what I'm speaking about is going on in the Immaculate Deception IUIC video. Because it goes pretty deep. Being that the majority of the Israelite awakening today doesn't even know who the tribe of Dan is, it seemed pretty irrelevant for me to post parables about the tribe of Dan that no one even knows about. So I'm going to show and prove that we have a nation of people among us in the Hebrew Israelite awakening called Dan, who are misleading our people in very many different crooked paths and different doctrines and falsehoods and very many different heresies, while calling themselves disciples of the Most High. Completely deceptive, complete manipulation of scripture and lies, while cursing our people and doing very much witchcraft. These people are doing witchcraft. If you don't know what this is, you can Google satanic symbolism and you'll see this in abundance. Horned hand sign, also you can Google and you'll find this. But this is a sacrificial symbol. It's definitely nothing that a righteous man in the Hebrew Israelite awakening teaching truth would do. If you know anything about these things right here, which very many people in the Hebrew Israelite awakening are waking up to now. We're waking up to the fact that people have been doing these things in our presence and in front of us for a long time without us even knowing these things or understanding what they mean. But very many people are waking up to what they mean now and what they do, because these things actually do something. But that goes into deeper things that is off topic. What I'm gonna focus on right now is the fact that in the leaders and heads of these groups and sects is a nation of people called Dan, misleading in every single way possible, with all subtlety. First, I'm going to go into this IUIC Immaculate Deception video and get it straight from the snake's mouth. Okay, I'm gonna go straight to the Immaculate Deception IUIC video, which I recommend to all Israel to watch. Not to be misled, but to see the deception that's inside of this video and the craftiness of the people that we're dealing with. This man, Nathaniel 7 from IUIC, is extremely good at what he does deceptively. He is a deceiver that is good at deceiving. If you watch this Immaculate Deception video, he gives a lesson about the truth, about how Mary and Joseph actually had a child together who is the Son of the Most High, while doing a curse, witchcraft, sorcery, rituals, and also breaking down even deeper things that people don't even understand unless you're like an insider into the knowledge of what they're speaking of. So I definitely recommend this Immaculate Deception video to all of the Israelites waking up today. Not just to learn a little bit about the truth about Mary, but to see what this man in this camp or sect, really, the word camp doesn't mean that, is doing today. I got the hand symbolism that Nathaniel 7 was throwing up here, and this from this Lucifer video. If you want to see a lot of this, watch this Lucifer video. And you'll see for certain that this man is doing something contrary to the best interest of the 12 tribes of Israel. So I want to play a little bit of this video and hear it from Nathaniel 7's mouth himself. I'm going to start this video right now.
Judges 15 and 1. Now when I read the history, this is about our forefather Samson of the tribe of Dan, okay, who was about to get married. He gave a riddle.
Did you catch that? He gave a riddle. The Nathaniel 7 guy gave a riddle in the middle of what he was saying, right?
And 1. Now when I read the history, this is about our forefather Samson of the tribe of Dan, okay, who was about to get married. He gave a riddle. And 1. Now when I read the history, this is about our forefather Samson of the tribe of Dan.
Our forefather Samson from the tribe of Dan. Now, if you don't know who Dan is or what the tribe of Dan has done, or the significance of the tribe of Dan in the Bible, you may not have actually even caught what he had said. But it definitely is a riddle. I'm going to go into a precept, Genesis 49. I'll begin in verse 1, where the patriarch Jacob gives a prophecy after he calls together the 12 sons. I'm going to start here in verse 1. It says, "And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days." So these are last days prophecies pertaining to his sons. We're going to drop down to verse number 16 and 17. It says, "Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes." Judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. 17, "Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path, that biteth the horse heels, so that his rider shall fall backward." Now, Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. That's what Nathaniel 7 is doing. He has created a doctrine, the IUIC doctrine, for his people, who are Dan, as one of the tribes of Israel, portraying as if he is from the tribe of Judah or one of the other elect tribes. But we're going to go further into Revelation 7. We're going to go from Genesis to Revelation 7 verse 4. It says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel." If you go from verse number 5 to verse number 8, it mentions and speaks on each of the tribes, which I'll quickly do. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh, 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. The tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zabulon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph, 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000. What you will now find mentioned of all of the 12 tribes of Israel, of all of the children of Israel, is the tribe of Dan. Nowhere written in these in these elect tribes of the few numbered of our people. An entire tribe is missing out of this elect group of people in which will inherit the entire world under the Messiah in the kingdom of the Most High. 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel, which does not include Dan, the same tribe in which was foretold to be a serpent by the way and an adder in the path. Okay? We're going to go into a small family tree of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, leading into Jacob's 12 sons with his wives and concubines. You have, in the green, you have Judah. This is the nation of people that I come from. I come from the slave trade Negro here in America, which is highlighted in green. And these other tribes also are mentioned, are equivalent to Judah. Then you come to Dan. If a man claims to be from Dan, of Samson's genealogy, if you claim to be Samson's descendant of the tribe of Dan, it is impossible for you to be from Naphtali or Benjamin or Joseph or Zebulun, Issachar, or any other of the 12 tribes of Israel, because you come from Dan, the serpent by the way and the adder in the path, the nation of people in which Samson comes from. So if you come from Dan or the lineage of Samson, it would be impossible for you to come from any of the elect 12 tribes of Israel. That means you come from the serpent by the way and the adder in the path, who is not mentioned in Revelation 7. So here in this video, which is vital information for a man to claim lineage out of the tribe of Dan and teach many people. That is extreme vital information for somebody. Somebody should really understand what that means and explain that to many of his people that are learning from him.
And one. Now, when I read the history, this is about our forefather Samson of the tribe of Dan.
I come from the slave trade Negro. My forefather has nothing to do with Samson of the tribe of Dan. So that in no way, shape, or form could I claim a lineage from Samson or ever say that our forefather Samson. I can never say our forefather Samson because I come from the tribe of Judah. So if you come from Samson's lineage, that would associate you with, the serpent by the way, mentioned in Genesis 49:17. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path that biteth the horse heels, so that his rider shall fall backward. So what he has said in this Immaculate Deception video, if a man understood that and knows what this man has professed with his own mouth, if you was an IUIC member, you would cut him off completely and go in your own direction and learn from the book and not from certain men like this. Because this is not a man of the 12 tribes of Israel, in which in Revelation 7 and 4 said of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So he wouldn't even come from all of the tribes. He comes from what is called the tribe of Dan, a 13th tribe. Arthur Koestler did a book. He wrote a book called The 13th Tribe, but he was talking about the Khazar Empire. But in reality, there is a real 13th tribe that you will never hear mentioned today in the Hebrew Israelite Awakening, because in the Hebrew Israelite Awakening, they are the ones at the heads of the people. They are the ones judging as one of his people as one of the tribes of Israel, such as Nathaniel 7 and his other goons that are in his sect. Now I don't want it to appear like I'm just talking about the IUIC sect, because as you see, this man here also is throwing up some wickedness. This hand symbol, in which many people already are aware that this is wickedness and folly. As you can see, this woman here, which this is definitely not a righteous image right here. That's in no way, shape, or form is this anything righteous in this image. This is far from righteousness. You see this pointing up symbol usually always either follows this hand symbol or is connected together, as if they're claiming the rising of this. Now I want to go into where this came from. This man comes from an Israelite sect called HOI, House of Israel. A lot of these acronym camps or sects, they all come from the same place. The One West doctrine, they all come from the same origins in New York City, in which later I will go into why in New York there's so much of this folly and these acronyms are coming up which aren't biblical.